Imagine having the chance to buy Google for $1 million and looking them straight in the eye and saying no thanks. Now imagine, just a few years later, having the chance to buy Facebook for $1 billion and blowing the entire deal because you tried to lowball Mark Zuckerberg over a few $1,000,000. Welcome to the most expensive mistakes in the entire history of Silicon Valley. This ISN, just a simple story of a bad financial quarter or a poorly timed product launch. This is the shockingly epic story of Yahoo, the original, undisputed king of the early internet. This was a massive digital titan that was once proudly valued at over $125 billion, only to helplessly watch its entire empire slowly crumble into dust. It is the ultimate corporate cautionary tale of blinding arrogance, a total lack of vision, historic missed opportunities, and catastrophic boardroom blunders that directly resulted in the most dramatic and painful fall in tech history. To genuinely comprehend the staggering magnitude of exactly what Yahoo lost, you have to truly remember what Yahoo once represented to the entire world. If you were logging online in the late 90s, Yahoo essentially was the internet. Before modern search engines could instantly crawl the web and deliver remarkably precise answers, the internet was an incredibly messy, uncharted, and deeply confusing digital wilderness. Yahoo was the absolute only reliable map available. It all started in a cluttered trailer at Stanford University in 1994, when two engineering students, Jerry Yang and David Philo, created a simple directory of their personal favorite websites. It was absolutely nothing more than a meticulously hand-curated list of simple hyperlinks, neatly organized by basic categories. But it was exactly what the bewildered public needed to actually navigate the overwhelming new world of cyberspace. They soon renamed their highly ambitious project Yahoo, a clever acronym for yet another hierarchically organized oracle. And the resulting corporate growth was nothing short of historic and explosive. By 1996, Yahoo officially went public, and its stock price went absolutely nuclear during the dizzying heights of the dot-com bubble. They successfully became the primary front page of the World Wide Web. Everyone naturally went to Yahoo for breaking daily news, checking email, stock market updates, and buzzing chat rooms. They essentially possessed all the web traffic, they successfully captured all the early internet users, and they generated incredibly massive amounts of advertising money. But despite all of this unprecedented historical success, they fundamentally misunderstood exactly what the dynamic internet was ultimately about to become. Yahoo always strictly viewed itself primarily as a highly traditional media company. Their ultimate corporate goal was to aggressively keep every single user trapped on their home portal for as long as humanly possible, so they could constantly bombard them with highly lucrative banner advertisements. They completely treated the dynamic internet exactly like a static digital magazine or a broadcast television network, rather than an active tool for rapid information discovery. And this exact underlying corporate philosophy completely and utterly blinded their top executives to the single greatest technological business opportunity in human history. In 1998, two relatively unknown Stanford students named Larry Page and Sergey Brin nervously approached the powerful executives at Yahoo. They had brilliantly built a revolutionary new internet search algorithm called PageRank. Unlike Yahoo's incredibly slow, manually curated directory system, PageRank automatically ranked websites, strictly based on relevance and the actual number of links pointing directly back to them. It was significantly faster, it naturally provided vastly superior search results, and it was undeniably the absolute future of the web. Page and Brin desperately wanted to abandon their demanding new startup to focus solely on their academic studies. So they generously offered to sell their entire functional algorithm directly to Yahoo for a mere $1 million. Yahoo firmly and highly confidently declined the historic offer. Why would they ever boldly pass on such an incredibly cheap deal? Simply because a highly efficient search engine would actively bounce their precious daily users away from the Yahoo portal entirely too quickly. Yahoo desperately wanted extremely sticky users, complacent people who would linger aimlessly on their web pages, passively looking at large banner advertisements, not highly efficient users who found exactly what they wanted and happily left the specific site in a matter of mere milliseconds. So, Yahoo arrogantly passed. Page and Brin boldly decided to permanently drop out of Stanford University and focus entirely on their little side project, which they officially called Google. That initial $1 million mistake would understandably be totally humiliating enough for any corporate executive board, but Yahoo tragically didn't stop there. Fast forward to the year 2002. The infamous dot-com bubble had explosively burst, actively taking countless rival tech companies down into massive bankruptcy with it. But Yahoo miraculously survived the catastrophic global crash. Meanwhile, Google was quietly and rapidly growing into an absolute technological monster. Yahoo executives finally firmly realized that incredibly fast, highly automated search was the undeniable future of the modern internet, and they clearly realized they desperately needed to own Google to simply survive the decade. So, Yahoo CEO Terry Semel quickly flew out to confidently negotiate directly with the Google founders. This time, however, Page and Brin were asking for a measly $1 million. They confidently demanded exactly $5 billion for their entire growing company. Semel completely balked at the massive number. He firmly thought the enormous price tag was absolutely absurd and entirely financially unjustified. Yahoo arrogantly countered with a firm, final offer of exactly $3 billion, but Google stubbornly held firm to their own massive valuation. Semel stubbornly walked away from the negotiating table, completely confident that Yahoo possessed the superior internal engineering talent to successfully build its own proprietary search engine that would easily and eventually crush Google into the ground. Today, Alphabet, the massive parent company of Google, is currently worth roughly $2 trillion. Yahoo incredibly had the ultimate winning lottery ticket resting right in the palm of its hands, twice, and foolishly chose to throw it directly into the garbage trash both times. But the agonizing corporate tragedy of Yahoo ISN simply just about completely missing out on Google. The generous universe surprisingly decided to give Yahoo one more incredible, massive opportunity handed directly to them on a shiny silver platter. The specific year was 2006. Social media was rapidly becoming the absolute brand new digital frontier. A brand new revolutionary platform created by a brilliant Harvard dropout was rapidly gaining serious daily traction across crowded college campuses. The highly addictive platform was officially called Facebook, and the highly ambitious young dropout was Mark Zuckerberg. Yahoo clearly saw the immense financial potential of this rapidly growing network and aggressively swooped in, formally offering exactly $1 billion to acquire Facebook outright. Zuckerberg, despite facing immense, crushing daily pressure from his early nervous investors and his own executive management team, was highly hesitant. He deeply believed in the massive global potential of what he was currently building. However, internally, the Facebook board of directors had essentially completely agreed that if Yahoo formally handed over the $1 billion in cash, they were legally obligated to eagerly take it. The monumental financial deal was practically completely finished. But then, absolute disaster quickly struck. Yahoo's stock price suddenly took a massive, unexpected dive immediately following a highly disappointing quarterly earnings report. Terry Semel, desperately trying to perfectly appease his angry corporate shareholders and tighten the financial belt, foolishly decided to abruptly change the specific terms of the deal at the absolute 11th hour. He slowly went back to Zuckerberg and pettily lowered the official cash offer from exactly $1 billion down to exactly $850 million. To an experienced executive like Semel, it was just a routine negotiation tactic. But to Mark Zuckerberg, it was an absolutely unforgivable personal insult. It was the exact perfect excuse he desperately needed to permanently walk directly away from the tense negotiating table. Zuckerberg immediately and angrily tore up the entire written contract. Yahoo completely lost out on successfully owning the massive global social media revolution entirely over a wildly petty corporate rounding error. By 2008, Yahoo was rapidly financially bleeding out. They still possessed a massive legacy user base, and Microsoft saw a golden strategic opportunity to finally mount a serious offensive against Google by aggressively merging directly with Yahoo. Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer boldly made a massive public cash bid to acquire Yahoo for exactly $44.6 billion. It was a desperately needed financial lifeline, and the ultimate graceful financial bailout for a massive legacy tech company that had completely lost its own way. But the incredibly toxic corporate arrogance forcefully struck yet again. Yahoo's original proud co-founder Jerry Yang fought tooth and nail against the massive corporate acquisition, stubbornly arguing that Microsoft was severely undervaluing his precious company. Microsoft eventually permanently withdrew their generous cash offer in absolute frustration. Yahoo's fragile stock price naturally immediately plummeted. What naturally followed was a remarkably slow, incredibly painful, massive corporate death spiral. After a revolving door of multiple failed chief executives and completely disastrous multi-billion-dollar startup acquisitions, the ultimate core digital advertising business of Yahoo was fundamentally totally broken. The modern global internet had definitively moved on completely without them. The final, truly devastating nail in the corporate coffin inevitably arrived in 2017. Yahoo's entire core foundational internet business operations were unceremoniously and quietly sold completely off to the massive telecommunications giant Verizon. The absolutely final total price tag? A mere $4.48 billion. It was an absolutely highly humiliating, completely pathetic fraction of its absolute peak $125 billion total market valuation. The spectacular dramatic fall of Yahoo wasn't caused by a single unpredictable shift in modern consumer technology. It was caused entirely by their own highly incompetent, consistently arrogant executive hands. They successfully built the very first grand front door to the vast digital internet for an entire generation. But when the rest of the world inevitably moved quickly on and actively built brand new superhighways, Yahoo stubbornly kept standing completely alone by the exact same old door, hopelessly wondering where absolutely everybody else went.